Hello Facebook Live. My name is Jackie Wedeking and I am with Trees Forever. We are here today to talk to you about some really important advocacy issues. We are trying to get people out to the Iowa State Capitol on March 7th. We have a breakfast in the morning where we will be talking to the lawmakers, and we'll be at the Capitol throughout the day with some activities. Our big thing is that we are going to try and fill up the rotunda with umbrellas. That's right, let me see if I can get this baby open. Umbrellas to represent Tree Canopy. So, Tree Canopy is so important, and it's a really big part of what we do at Trees Forever. So, here with us today, we have Mike Sipridge with the City of Marion to talk about why Tree Canopy is important and why you should care.
Hi Facebook. Today I wanted to talk about the importance of Tree Canopy, most specifically some of the benefits we get from Tree Canopy in our communities. Some of the important things that we get from Tree Canopy are clean oxygen. Trees filter pollutants out of the air. They provide shade and help with controlling heating and cooling costs in our homes. They also provide wildlife habitat and multiple other things that benefit communities. One of the things I think most everybody can relate to is that everybody from their childhood growing up usually has a story that takes them back to something they remember about a tree when they were kids, climbing and enjoying them. So when we talk about canopy, a couple of things to keep in mind is that trees individual on their own will have their own canopy. But when we talk about community canopy and urban canopy, we're referring to large populations of trees, which are something you don't see so much anymore. A lot of new development practices, clear vegetation for new development, and so when you're looking in the urban areas, you don't see the density of trees that we'd like to. One of the things that the DNR is working on is a 3% increase goal for tree canopy, and in Marion here we have 19% with our most recent tree inventory, and we're working over the next years to continue to improve that and increase that. And one of the things that helps us the most with that year to year is having funding available through our local utilities that offer grant opportunities for us to acquire funding and use that in the installment of trees in our community.
So one of the reasons why, I look kind of dorky with this little umbrella right here, but I mean this is an analogy here with the umbrella. Can you help explain why kind of an umbrella is symbolic? I guess rainwater is a good reason, right? Like it slows down.
Yeah, I forgot that. One of the huge benefits we have with canopy is that it slows rain down, which helps discourage erosion. Tree roots absorb water moisture, stormwater runoff, and help a great deal with those as well.
Yeah. So it's and then the shade you had mentioned. I'm shading your face here just for fun. So the analogy of an umbrella, like we really are trying to kind of simplify this because it can sound so complicated. There's so many benefits of trees, but right, it's more than just, oh, the tree looks pretty in your yard. Like there's so many benefits to trees.
Absolutely.
So we want to try and get these umbrellas in people's hands. We want to try and fill up the rotunda. And I guess as far as tree canopy goes, you kind of touched why it's important. Can you just explain to people kind of why it's at risk right now?
Well, one of the issues we have right now is the state of Iowa recently did away with their forestry division, and that's one of the partners that we in municipalities use a great deal with direction, volunteer involvement, educational leadership, a lot of different components that we use in our tree projects and tree plantings. And so without them, it's one less person to work with and one more source to help increase canopy.
Yeah. And in a time where we have things like emerald ash borer and pests that are really hurting that tree canopy. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So. With EAB coming through, it's going to continue to be a growing issue with that pest and how devastating it is. and then there's more of them coming on the way that we're keeping an eye out for. And without dedicated individuals within the state to help study and follow those concerns, it's harder for somebody like us to be prepared for those as they come along.
Definitely. And also, like, we need the incentives in order to have tree planting. So I kind of want to talk a little bit too about how Senate File 2311 is going to be voted on Monday, and it's an energy efficiency bill that focuses on different. Excuse me. Let me start over. Sorry about that. It's an energy efficiency bill that could wipe out a lot of incentives, and so we're really worried about what that will do. It includes tree plantings, and so like a lot of the tree plantings that you might see at schools, like those might not exist if those are not actually written in somewhere. We really want to make sure that those happen. So we have a lot more information on our website. If you go to treesforever.org/blog, there's a lot of great information on there, a lot of specifics. But they're going to vote on this very, very soon, so it's really important for you to contact your legislators about it. So we have a lot of stuff that we're following, but I really do want to try and break this down. Sorry, I'm just going to throw this umbrella down for a second. So overall, on March 7th, we want you there to be able to hold one of these beautiful umbrellas. We want to fill up the rotunda so that we can make a few statements. One of those statements being that we need to increase funding to help forest health in Iowa. We need to support Iowa's DNR forestry, and we need to grow Iowa's tree canopy. And as far as growing Iowa's tree canopy goes, that includes not supporting things like Senate File 2311. So please join us on March 7th at the Iowa State Capitol. And if you can't join us in person, we would love it if you could join us online. We will have this on Facebook Live. Join us around 11:15, 11:30 on March 7th. And please share that message with your friends so that we can get out the word that Iowa's trees and forests are important to Iowans. Iowans value their forests and trees for so many reasons, some of which Mike had just explained. So thanks, and we really hope to see you then.